And we are live. Welcome back to the Real J6 Committee. Got a special guest next to me right here, Joe the Box from the America First podcast.
How you doing, Gary McBride?
I'm doing good. Ready for this show. We got a great lineup for today.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah, we're going to have Lego Man on and his wife and second segment.
Olivia.
Woof. Going to have a killer show today. Let's talk about Lego Man and his book for a little bit if you want.
Sure, absolutely. I am running through this book. It's not... I'm more than halfway through, and I've already texted Robert on a few things as I was taking notes. I really should have wrote into the book because I could have got some great notes for myself on who was who, because it's hard to corral it all. But some of the things that have gone through the mind of a man that's been incarcerated for so long. It's pretty hard to, I'm really feeling almost like what he was feeling like, There's no way you can feel being locked up in a cell like that, or a cage, because that's what I wanted to ask him. I'm trying to picture it in my head. It wasn't like a private room or anything like that. They were put in a cage with other men.
Yeah, they definitely were.
There he is.
Our mic's still going, I guess?
His tongue is out. Olivia Polick Moores, how you doing?
What's going on? Can we fit?
My goodness, you guys fit beautiful. Robert, you did very well for yourself, buddy.
I know, right?
Yeah, you did. How did you guys meet? Did you meet in jail or after jail?
So I wish we met in jail. Man, we would have been great cellies.
I'm not sure who has the best hair.
I know, right? Yeah. No, we met after. Actually, I haven't even celebrated a year of knowing her yet. I met her in June of last year, but the second I crossed her path, I knew that she was my wife, man.
Aww.
No doubt about it.
Olivia, did you feel the same way?
Oh, yeah. We both knew. About 2 days, I think 3 days after we started talking, I told my mom, I'm like, if he asked me to marry me today, then I'd probably say yes. She's like, what? Because for me, that was crazy. I never say that.
Surprise, Mom and Dad.
We knew pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, oh, okay. Can we meet this guy first?
Well, I'm sure they fell in love with him. You got great parents, that's for sure.
Yeah, I met your parents at the Freedom Corner at the house. One time,
yes.
Your dad came with this big rock in the back of his truck. He wanted to put it someplace, right?
Yeah, he's driving around with it on the flatbed, strapped down, and
yeah.
Where's
what
that
happened
rock
to that
now?
rock? Yeah, that's my question. Do you
So
know,
they
Olivia?
have it up at the main road at our house. It's they made a monument for it, a base, and they have like a red, white, and blue light that shines on it, and it's just the monument of all the J6ers that died that day. So
Can't miss it. If you go to the Pollock compound, it's right there in your face.
Right.
good. It was in the face when it was in D.C., too, for everybody to see.
I was
She's
so
in the
honored.
face of a couple more Democrats.
We don't like the Democrats. What are you saying about the Democrats?
I said I wish the rock was in their face. That's what I wish.
Yeah.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, I got to tell you, they turned into such an evil party, and it's kind of hard to go through the day and absorb the lies that they continually throw at us.
Yeah.
It's sad, but for me, Robert, and Olivia, I don't know you yet, but I did meet your mom and dad, so I kind of know who you are from them. Most people do, especially with loving parents the way they are. And I do have a lot of questions for you, but I am tearing through this book, which I understand you did the artwork on. Are you an artist, Olivia?
I dabble in the arts. I enjoy painting.
I think you called it out too. So Robin, I'm going through the book, and I can't wait till you get out of this Northern Neck regional thing. But there was this one moment in time where this one inmate, you felt you were going to have to confront him in a physical way. And, through the book so far, there has not been any fisticuff type of stories for you. And at that moment, you were laying in your top bunk and you were looking at the popcorn ceiling of a cell that I assume, when I picture it, is about 20 by 40 type of
Yeah, it was
box.
a tight little box, man.
So now this guy is in that cell with you, and you are coming to the conclusion that Gary, he's gonna slam this guy. You're gonna pull Ranger on him, and you're gonna smash and terrorize this guy. I don't even think you use his whole name, and it was against your. Really, you're inside in your heart. It was against your heart, but you felt you had to do it. And then what happened at that moment in time?
Yeah, so the event you're talking about is one that I recite quite honestly a lot because it's another example of how God showed up right in the nick of time. So this individual was one that I did my best to tolerate. I did my best to, try to be a good Christian, and try to, overlook his pretty major character flaws. But there came a point where I was so exhausted and so worn down by what we were having to endure through the J6 crisis that the only result that I could come up with that would solve the situation was I'm just going to have to hurt this guy. And so you're reading a very powerful chapter because it's at that moment as well when I told God, you either need to take him out of this cell right now or take the desire from my heart to destroy him from me, because otherwise I will destroy him and he might not survive the encounter. And I'd already planned it out in my mind. I wanted to hear his bones crunch. But as it turned out, within an hour, which is the title of the chapter that you're in, his name was called on the intercom to pack up his things and leave the pod.
At the moment, Gary.
God answers the prayers for sure.
Yeah,
And
that very moment.
Yeah.
that was only.
Well,
no,
I would
that's
say this. It's one indicator of many to show that God is involved in this story. Whether it feels like it or not, God has been intimately involved in my story, which now includes Olivia forever. And the longer we get to know one another and the longer we're married, which is almost a month now, but we just realized that we were totally made for one another from the start. The things that we have in common, the things that we share from our childhood that are identical to one another, and we were made for one another long ago. I've been on a nationwide quest to find her, and now that I have, man, I ain't letting go because I know that I was made for this woman, and she loves this country like I do, which is so important.
Yes, she does.
yes, and I can see it, and I can see why too. Now, Olivia, when will your book come out?
Good question.
Good question. It's a pamphlet as of now, but it's a work in progress.
Are you an identical? I mean, you're twin, of course, not an identical twin. I was going to say that I am an identical twin, and I believe you are a twin as well. So
No, actually, I'm not. I have siblings that are very close.
well,
Within
wasn't
a
it you
year,
and
but I'm not a twin.
wasn't it you and your brother that were?
So it was my brother, but we are actually 9 years apart. He's
Okay.
my best friend, and we are very close, but not in years.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why
so-
I had gotten that fake news, fake news, fake news.
It's all the way around.
It
That'd
made
be
it made a
super
good
cool,
story
though. That
because
would be
also
nice.
part of the story, and maybe you can clear this up for me, is that you had hidden in the woods for many months.
So that is true. That's not fake news. We had 11 months of what we call freedom, our time out. I was originally arrested. My brother was on the run for 3 years, and I joined in the last 11 months of that before somebody literally called the FBI up the day after Christmas, wrote him a map and everything, and told him where we were, and they picked us up January 6th, 2024.
Wow.
They waited. They knew where we were, and we were such a dangerous society that they waited till January 6th.
Seems like
So we were
everybody has
breaking news.
Yeah, it seems like everybody, J6ers, has a special date when they show up at your front door.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Every
they
time.
decided to arrest me on the last day of the school year. They want to hurt you in every way, shape, and form. We have
Yes.
very vicious, disgusting people within our government still to this day, but especially when Biden was in office. All they wanted was to extinguish the fire within the patriots' heart that our founding fathers inherited to the next generation, who were responsible for keeping this republic. And that's again another reason why I knew that this woman was my wife, because the day that I saw her at that public speaking engagement, she was talking about the founding fathers. She was talking about God, and she was talking about how the necessity of the Christian to keep this republic is one of the most important factors of our faith and of our national heritage. And so it's perfect. We're perfect for each other.
Yeah, I bet she would have loved the museum we all went to here on Long Island.
Yeah, we took her to. Yeah, that was
would've
Teddy
loved that.
Roosevelt, and
Oh, yes.
it was a lot of fun. But Rob is a teacher, history teacher. So, are you a teacher as well, Olivia? Have you?
I am not an education teacher. I did teach Sunday school for years and did a lot of work with like teen camps and stuff like that. But I love kids, but I never was an actual teacher.
I would say that if you are blessed to be chosen and your parents decide that I want to raise these children under the Lord Jesus Christ and follow him, and I want my children to learn that way, you're off to a great start. And I see it. It just comes out of both of you, the power of the Holy Spirit. I can see it. And it seems to be a match made in heaven.
It does.
Oh, I agree. I couldn't say better than my founding fathers, who also put in their founding documents and their letters, like it was Adams, right, and his wife Abigail, where they, and this is something that I think about quite a bit, where one of the things that they discuss is their duty to their country, and one of the reasons why that they fell in love with one another is because they saw that duty to country and to our King Christ mirrored in each other, and it's a beautiful thing. I mean,
I don't want to break your heart, but
fathers or nothing, but
I think Thomas Jefferson also had a thing for Abigail Adams. Let's talk
5
about
seconds
that on
left,
the
real
other
quick,
side.
and when we come back, we're going to talk about Love on the Run, and you're going to get into it.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single Justice for All with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. We'll get ready for round 2. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Hi, welcome back to the Real J6 Committee with Mr. and Mrs. Robert Morris, or Mr. and Mrs. Lego Man. We're not sure yet.
We'll take both.
Take both? Good. So here's what I want to do. Guys, go ahead and pull that flyer up, the first one, and I want these two to start letting us know about this and what we can do to help.
Love on the run. That's what you was saying,
That's what I said,
Gary.
love on the run.
Look at that.
Great flyer, too. Great picture. And
What's
it's at a
going
great
on?
ranch.
Yeah, so that's right. So the River Ranch in the historic stockyards is once again hosting an event for us on the 4th of June to fundraise and offer some really powerful investment opportunities for a full-length feature film of a January 6th love story. Now, this is something that we're very excited about doing. The script is complete, but though every script will have revisions, we actually have that. Distribution is locked in. This is going to be a little bit over a 2-hour movie with a budget of $20 million, with 3 already committed. And so we're calling on the American people if they want to see history fixed and justice done to the people who locked us up, and everything in between that we had hoped for when we voted for Donald Trump. This movie is how we make that happen as a people. If you read the preamble of the Constitution, it's our responsibility to provide the safeguards of liberty. And if you want better people, you have to tell a better story. Well, Lego Man Productions, that's exactly what we're doing. We're using this story as a stepping stone, if you will, to launch Lego Man Productions into the filmmaking world, in the theatrical filmmaking world, not just for documentaries. We're going for the big leagues here, so that the Roman epic that I wrote while I was incarcerated can become a movie, which is a 2-parter. And so we have lots of projects, but we're very excited about this one because it is about a couple J6ers who went to the Capitol on January 6th, who they didn't know it yet, but that was technically their first date. And after trials and tribulations, and after all the things that God decided to put them through because they were designed for it, they ended up falling in love. And we have the beauty from ashes aspect coming from what Olivia and I both went through, not only as a J6 couple, but people who ardently trusted the work of our Creator, who closed the mouths of the lion's dens and who delivered us through the furnace and was with us every step of the way. So this isn't just a movie to fix history. This isn't just a movie to, amplify the American spirit within us. It's also a movie to reinforce our faith in God. And so that, on our promissory notes that, we read, "In God we trust," we can actually believe it now. And this movie is the start of that. And we're hoping that Lego Man Productions can be the contributing factor to kick off the American Renaissance, where we rediscover what made America great in the first place, and we start to investigate what motivated the founding fathers to sacrifice the way that Gary has and the way that Joe the Box has and everyone out there at the America First Warehouse, where this becomes the state in which America thrives once again, and it lasts another 250 years. So come on down to River Ranch. If you pull the flyer up again,
Yeah, pull the flyer
there's
up,
a
guys.
number and an email that you can go to and a website you can check out. We'd love to see you down there on the 4th. Come with a heavy wallet so that we can make this movie happen, fix history, and honor God all at the same time. But that is the project based off of our love story and the way that God designed us to be the Phoenix project that America needs right now.
Right on. Let's pull that flyer up again for a little bit. That way everybody sees it.
From my perspective, I think it's brilliant. I'm blown away at your writing, the book that I'm reading now, and I can't imagine that you wrote a whole novel also while you were in there, in jail. But I guess and then you trained every night and you painted the barracks every night. And did you have to work that hard in jail too, Olivia?
I worked. I think work was an escape, so I tried to stay as busy as possible. So I had multiple jobs, very similar.
And one of them was a painter.
Yeah, I was a painter as well. I cleaned the education department so I could have books and be in the library, and so we had very similar experiences. Though thankfully mine was a lot shorter.
Isn't it cool how God comes around full circle for a couple that ain't met yet?
Right?
Brings them right together, and this is going to be such an inspiring movie for people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Olivia, although you weren't incarcerated as long as he was, were there other women like you? I mean, I know of Sarah Carpenter from New York. Do you know Sarah? She was also a J6er, but were there a lot of women that had gone through and went arrested like you?
There were quite a few, though I only ever saw 2 different women came through DC while I was there. I was the only J6er for almost the whole year. Right at the last, Rachel Powell, who's in Pennsylvania, she was there for resentencing, and they held her trial off. She could have been home with her family even before the pardons, but her judge kept pushing it off. She ended up staying a lot longer than she should have.
You know,
But,
Olivia, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you just made me think of something because a lot of the J6ers, the guys, they were together, but you weren't. You were with
Right.
somebody else. And how was
General
that for you? I
population.
mean, that was.
It was different because my brother and I were arrested at the same time. I had kind of an inside look on what it looked like on their side, where they were all in the same, kind of situation. They all could work together to work on their cases and stuff like that. But it was very isolated where I was because I didn't get any news. They had all the news tablets were closed down, so we couldn't log on. So the only thing I got was over the phone and just a little bit like on the TV when I could get to it, because most of the people didn't want to watch. Fox News was about all we had, and most people didn't even want to watch that. And so it was very isolated. So thankfully, over the phone, my mom and dad could kind of keep me updated on what was going on and different ones. Who'd I call out to the Freedom Corner and talk to them? And so it was a lot different. You couldn't be quite as outspoken and everything, otherwise you're going to get a lot of heads turned. But the neat thing was, in general population where I was, because of all the work that like when Robert was in and the different guys that were originally in there, they really bucked the system and got the marshals to get in there and fix a lot of problems that were not specifically just January 6ers dealing with.
Jail-wide.
It was jail-wide. And so the respect for those guys for actually bucking the system, actually getting people to call in and put some pressure on them really stood out. And I had so many different people come up to me and like, oh yeah, your guys, are the only reason we can do yada yada yada, and we have mad respect for you, and we stick with you J6ers because your people are still out. Like, they'd see when they had family visits and stuff, their families would walk by the Freedom Corner, and
that was young.
it all.
That was young.
And I remember
all
that.
the outside people really made a huge impact, not just for us, but for the whole jail and the whole many of the community in the DC area, though most of them are haters. There was it spoke to a lot of people because we weren't just, the Freedom Corner wasn't just friendly to us. They were cordial, and they were kind to a lot of the kids that came into visitation at the same time we would, and different things like that. And so it made a huge difference, and we'll never be able to thank y'all enough for, speaking on our behalf and acting on our behalf. And that's the only reason that we're even, sitting here today together.
Yeah, and I know a lot of those, a lot of times, a lot of the wives with their kids, like you said, would pass by us. And in the beginning, they would walk around and go closer to the opposition.
Right.
But in time, what the guys were doing in jail, just like you said, they were making a change for everybody in there and making it known this is the conditions or whatever. And then you started seeing a little gradual change with the parents with their kids when they'd walk by us. They'd smile. Some of them would come and eat a little bit with us and hang out. So that's a
One of the
huge
things
difference.
that Joe the Box is about to learn in his book is that there's a chapter where I go into the total paradigm shift when I return to the DC jail to get sentenced, and I get greeted. I don't want to spoil too much of it, Joe, but you're going to learn just exactly what my wife is talking about, and the book's still there. That dynamic definitely shifted because of a lot of those different things too, and that's something else that's so powerful about not just my story exclusively, but ours as well. We use what's known as the invisible string theory to connect two characters that never get to meet and yet have so many things in common or so many near misses that by the time these two characters in Love on the Run finally meet, you feel as an audience member a euphoric sense of being liberated from prison yourself, because finally what you've been groaning for the last 2 hours finally happens, and it's the most satisfying finish. And we're really in for a good time next year, early next year, guys.
I cannot wait to see it. Do you have a trailer out yet or anything? Are you working on a trailer?
Yeah, so we do have a trailer. We're actually going to unveil a lot of stuff at that June 4th fundraiser, guys, in Texas. So if you're in the area or know anyone who would like to be in the area, we're going to have a lot of behind the scenes of production shown the day of. A lot of the hierarchy of Lego Man Productions is going to be there, the creative team. So it's going to be a really cool experience for everybody that's, fought tooth and nail for us to end up being free, let alone to fall in love and to have this. And, for those that were at the wedding recently, this was a beautiful experience to realize that though we were struck down, we were not destroyed as a community and or as Christians. And this is just the beginning, guys. This is our turn, and we're going to honor our founding fathers and our God with every step of the way.
Ooh, man.
Chills, man. My hair's full. My hairy leg. We got so much happening, especially when you guys come up. I'd love you to be on all of the shows because I got like 1,000 questions for Olivia. Did she go in like you did and be cool? That one lesson you got right off the bat. Don't get excited. Be cool over every situation. How did she learn that like you? I don't know. We got 30
seconds, yeah.
We got to get him back. This ain't right.
Back. I know. I'm glad I got him on 2 segments.
There's too much happening here, but we got Freedom Corner coming in.
Yeah, we got the girls coming in.
Will you stay tuned and watch us?
Be doing that.
We're gonna, we got Mickey and them coming in next.
We love it, guys. We're honored.
You are an amazing couple. I can see it right there. Her hair's way nicer than yours, though. Sorry,
it's okay. I'll let it
slide.
Hey, guys, before we close it out, pull that flyer up before we're done. I want everybody
Praise
to see
Jesus.
it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Patriots.
We're going to fix history.
250 years ago, a nation was born. Built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
Politics feeling broken? What if you could match with politicians the way you match on a dating app, but based on real values? Meet OpScore from GoUSA, the first ever values-based political matchmaker. Think Match.com for elections that aligns voters with politicians. We score politicians on a nonpartisan scale based on your priorities. Track your politician scores and take our OpScore Challenge survey to match with leaders who align with you at opscore.org. Stop voting blind. Start matching smart. Politicians work for you.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won, it's not about what party, it's about the fact that they don't care about your rights.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino Podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots Podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live
on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We're back. The Real J6 committee and
with our two soldiers.
Yeah.
Look at our soldiers on this side over there. They're going to fight hard for us.
They're going to stand right there.
We stole them from Joe Biden.
Not do anything.
They're going to crack some nuts.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Crack some nuts.
Let's bring these girls up. There we go.
Look at this, my superheroes.
Jen Baker and Mickey.
True American patriots we have here, and I can't say enough about them. Nobody has really dedicated the time and their effort and really given up their life for the J6s as much as you did. And Mickey, of course, your daughter is the face of the J6. As far as the America First is concerned, I have a couple of big pictures of her all around. I have a table of her. We didn't know anything about her, but we just know that they murdered her on January 6th. And here in New York, we were angry. I mean, in our warehouse, we were like, how could that happen? We're the most peaceful people in the world, and then they started just painting bad things about all of us. But I believe that God is coming back and making some differences and some changes. And I just wanted to say to me personally, as an American citizen, as somebody that kind of like was on the outside looking in, that I am so proud to know both of you as people and as United States heroes as far as I'm concerned. Gary, you with me on that or
I'm
what?
Totally with you. We got foiled again on one side and Miss Delightful on the other that I miss very much.
It's official. Tammy bought me a shirt that says I'm delightful, so it's official now.
You're Miss Delightful. That is awesome. Nailed it.
A lot of good times.
Nailed it. Yeah, I'll say. I think Nicole's coming though. I don't know how to tell, but as far as I talked to her yesterday, and she was planning on participating. So
yeah, well,
I hope she does.
They'll get her up here for sure. They'll be keeping an eye out for
I know Tammy had a family thing happening today.
Yeah.
So she may or may not come on.
She called me and said no, and I understand. I said
keep her in
no.
our prayers, you guys.
Yeah, definitely
well,
keep her in our prayers.
if we're ready, I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing this weekend. I mean,
Please.
on Memorial Day weekend, y'all were going to go do a vigil for Tina Peters in Pueblo, Colorado.
Yep. Talk about it, Mickey.
Yeah, absolutely. A matter of fact, we want to help you with that. We want to help you either raise money or promote it somehow, so you can make that happen.
I just did all the talking I know about it. We're going to go for three days and do a 24-hour-a-day vigil, and we will have some ways. If you guys watch us live, we're going to be live streaming it. Details to follow, because I'm not the tech girl. But there will be ways that you can figure out how to donate to Tina directly to her people and help. But don't be fooled by other. We might have even had incorrect information on one of our flyers. So, make sure you're donating to the right people, because there are a lot of people trying to piggyback off Tina's name and make money through her pain. So when we donate, let's make sure that we check those buttons, make sure they're the right ones.
Absolutely. And did you say there's an update on it on the flyer or something?
Yes, our new flyer has the correct
Is that this flyer here, guys? Go ahead and pull up that flyer. Perfect segue for it.
Yeah, that's the good one.
Okay.
That's the good one.
Leave it up just for a little bit. Everybody needs to see this flyer. We're going to continue sharing it on our end, of course, and make sure we got enough eyes on this and where to donate and where to follow and where to watch.
Yeah, does it have a QR code on it? I didn't see that.
No,
that
I don't
QR
think
code
so.
is pretty good. It gets people to where they want to go, where you want them.
Well, TinaPeters.us is Tina's website. There's no catchy catchphrase, .com or anything like that. I'm not even going to say any kind of catchphrase.coms. It's TinaPeters.us is her website. So just make sure if you see any other kind of websites on there, just don't go to them, because they're not hers.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, Jen Baker.
Now, we had, in the middle of the segment, Jen, you were on, and I was told by Gary McBride here that there was one time we were down in D.C. where we had you and Tina Peters in the back of the van.
Even CPAC.
Is that what that was from, a CPAC run?
Take them back over to the house.
Yeah, we were well, we couldn't find the Pollocks, and so we needed to ride back to the house, and y'all were there, and you had us go in, and I don't know that Tina even had. She may have met you at that point, or that might have been your first meeting. But to jump in that America First warehouse van, and the fuzzy seats and all the lights, and it was pack full, and we'd had just the long day of CPAC,
and the wrong song came on while we're pulling away. That was my bad. We won't repeat it.
What happened, Gary?
Oh, my phone accidentally connected to the van when we were pulling away, and it was a song that came on screaming "Die."
Yeah, Die.
I'm telling you, when we lived, Gary and I occupied the same house for actually over a year, and Gary was prone to that head banging music. Like he liked his head banging music for sure.
But it came on, and it was over. They had the speakers outside pumping, and so it was like extra loud. And here's me and Tina, Holly Hobby and Raggedy Ann, just like, oh my god!
Everybody looking at us, heads popping.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, that was a moment in time that I met
I know
Nikki.
that Tina stayed with us for a little while at the Eagle's Nest. I think that's what you're talking about, over CPAC and stuff. And I was looking through some pictures the other night, and she did come down to Freedom Corner a couple times and stand for the Jan Sixers. So I hope this Memorial Day weekend we have a lot of Jan Sixers thinking about her, because she is, our sister in suffering. And she went out in not right when they did, before they came out, but she's in there still. And it's all the same cause. It's all stolen election and the things this government has done to us. And the judge that sentenced her should so be recused. And that just goes to our whole system. Jen, you sat in those courtrooms. Gary, you sat in a couple of trials, and you see the miscarriage of justice in those courtrooms. People would come to DC with such high hopes of, I have evidence, I'm going to present it, I'm going to be innocent because I'm going to be able, and they were not allowed to even present their evidence to a jury that was already set up to decide against them. So, it's just unthinkable that this is our system in the United States of America, that we can still do this to somebody. And I don't know in any other situation somebody with no criminal history and a non-violent crime to sit in jail for over 2 years, and it's just not acceptable.
Well, and the fact there's so many factors to her case where she was overcharged. It was a misdemeanor. It should have been a misdemeanor charge, and she was sentenced upon a felony charge. They found that other person guilty of doing supposedly, somewhat the same crime, and only got 9 months of probation and community service. And here's Jared Polis, the governor, saying, oh yeah, maybe I should rethink Tina Peters' situation. Are you seriously?
Yeah, exactly. As she sits in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of people dropped the ball on this one. It's just it's so evident what's going on, and yet it stands. It's frustrating.
Yeah. And, the judge, like you said, should recuse himself, but his statement saying that her rhetoric, her speech is dangerous, and that's why he's going to keep her in jail upon any kind of appeal or any, while she was going through her trial. It's just beyond that. She's not violent. She's a non-violent person. She's never no criminal history, a Gold Star mom.
What is her crime? What is the crime that they're holding her for?
For trying to prove that there's the votes were not correct. There's so much to it. So she had copied the results of the Dominion voting system in her county, and that was part of it. She had brought someone in to audit the data, and that was part of it, because they said that person should not have been allowed in. It's so stupid and convoluted. It just would whatever it could be done to make her silent.
Sounds a lot like January 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
she exposed the corruption of powerful people, and powerful people don't like their corruption exposed. That's what she did in a nutshell. And in my mind, I hate to oversimplify things, but they have politics has such a game going on, and when you hold the power, you make the rules, and you do whatever you want to do, it suppresses the American people, and Tina is a prime example of that. The Jan 6 is a prime example of that. Everybody that went to stand up for their beliefs and visit the capital city of the United States of America, and it doesn't matter, even if you in your mind want to separate violent from nonviolent crimes, they were all swept up in it. The FBI crashed everybody's door. They killed my daughter. They killed Roseanne Boylan. Kevin Greason and Benjamin Phillips were killed due to the overzealous activities of the police, and that stands with the American people. The Capitol Police are awarded and rewarded. Michael Byrd, who pulled the trigger and immediately lied about the situation, he continues to prosper. He's like the untouchable. He's not only did he shoot and kill Ashley, he has a prior criminal history, a prior disciplinary record that would have resulted in a criminal charges probably anywhere else, but in the Capitol Police Department, you're allowed to just be promoted and be quiet. And all this bullshit with his daycare center. I mean, I just feel like,
We got 30 seconds coming to an end over there, Mickey. I can't imagine how you feel. The anger must be over boiling almost.
Yeah, we're going to bring y'all back on this next segment, though, so don't go nowhere when we go to a break.
Yeah.
Still got time.
I think about you every day, Mickey, and it's not fair.
No, it's not. And when we come back, we're going to have Mickey and Jen Baker still on with us and talking more about Tina Peters. I'd like to hear what it's going to look like there in Colorado.
Me too.
The Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
All right, welcome back with me and Joe the Box, Mickey Whithoff, and Jenny Cudd. And I'm going to hold this up real quick.
Jen Baker.
What did I say?
That's
You
what
said
happened.
Jenny Cudd, the last job you were fired from.
I'm fired. Sorry, Jen Baker.
Jen Baker. Get
so
back in here,
fired.
Jen Baker. Baker.
Now I'm sweating. I messed up.
He did.
Yeah, you did.
You know where I got that from?
From us.
Oh, that's from January 6th.
Yeah.
You told me to hold on to it.
Well, yes, and thank you.
How long you want me to hold
Thank
it for?
We're not getting rid of it.
No, I put it in the backdrop usually on some of the shows or underneath the TV.
I like
People
that.
see it. And
So-
then I had some people sign it too.
Yeah,
Treniss signed it. And
yeah, quite a few people signed it. But I kind of want to hear y'all's thoughts or ideas of what the event's going to be like in Colorado. Is it going to be just like Freedom Corner? You're going to have speakers out there, and
We will have speakers. We don't know what to expect exactly as far as who's going to appreciate our presence and who isn't.
yeah,
We don't know what to expect as far as numbers go because could be you're coming, right, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be me, Jen, Nicole, and Tammy standing out there. We don't know, but it could also be. I hope enough people come out to stand up for Tina. But you know, Gary, that's a good question. We don't know what it's going to look like. We're going to go a little bit early, and we've looked at maps and stuff, and we have some idea of what where it's going to go. But it's going to be like Freedom Corner in some ways, but we are going to do 24 hours a day. So.
yeah.
We're going to do from 6 o'clock Friday evening to 6 o'clock Monday evening, continuous. So remember our chargers and everything out there. So that's really what we know.
Will Rebecca bring any egg rolls or donuts?
Are you bringing some?
I said Rebecca. Bring egg rolls or donuts?
Oh, no,
Coffee?
I miss Rebecca's ribs. She used to bring us some. People brought some nice stuff to us out there on the corner. It was really just such a weird time in history. Such a unique thing to be a part of, Freedom Corner. It was so organic, and you never know what you were going to get on Freedom Corner. Sometimes we had lots of people out there and lots of food, and sometimes we had lots of snow, and me, Nicole, and Tammy. So,
That's right.
That's not true. I take away from, Rebecca was almost always there. Dwight and Lily were there. Storm was there. Sherry was there. So,
Yes.
it was. And one time we were out there and one of the prisoners from inside sent us a coffee truck. And that is the night that it really struck me that this is just so unique. Such a unique time in history that, and it was kind of surreal to be a part of it, actually.
I forgot about the coffee truck.
Remember?
Yeah, remember?
Well, we'll have so Storm is going to be out there.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, so he's going to be live streaming. I don't know who else. I'm going to be live streaming for the Gateway Pundit, and I'll be doing some stories out there for them.
Wow.
And whoever else shows up to live stream, we'll be happy to accommodate. We've been talking, what are you going to do in those 24-hour shifts or that whole 72 hours? Well, we'll probably have a little dancing going on and maybe a little.
Yeah.
You'll probably.
There's always dancing.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have a water balloon fight. Who knows? What we don't even know what the weather is going to be like.
That's right. You could get anything this time of year in Colorado. That's what I heard. So
yeah.
Oh, we should be the Yellow Ribbon Gang again and go tie ribbons on people's gates.
But most and very importantly too, we are there to be respectful.
Yeah.
To pray and support Tina, and not to cause a dust up with the locals or with the police or with the prison guards. We are strictly there in support of Tina Peters. So I hope whoever comes with that spirit in their heart, because the last thing we want to do is make trouble for Tina Peters. She has to live inside that jail, and we do not need to go be anything but respectful to the local people and the local officials. So please keep that in mind if people are not coming.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it is a prayer vigil for her.
Yes.
So, you know, she does have a lot of local supporters that have been out there to pray at the prison. Maybe not that specific, the prison prior to the one that she's in now, but you know, that's what we're there for, is to make sure that she knows that we're out here praying. She is aware of the event, and so
I really hope that there is some media out there. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, one of the first people that I think of too might be like Cowboy Logic. Somebody just go and just put this out there, because I believe this is going to be a turning point for her, and it's what y'all are doing is great, because I think it's going to be huge. I really do. I believe that.
And there's a possibility. I mean, I don't know, but Tina used to have a show on Lindell's channel called The Truth Matters.
Yes.
And although it's still her show, obviously she's not hosting it right now. But hopefully we can have them there. You know, she was such an advocate for the J6ers. She would have J6 Fridays. I was on her show several times, advocating, and so this is just, you know, the least that we can do. And like I said, you know, we'll be out there. The Gateway Pundit will be there, and I'll be representing them, as well as, you know, Lego Man Productions. But
well, I think
and yourself. I'm Jen Baker on Instagram, Jen Baker on Twitter, Jen Baker in real life.
I got my hands in everything.
I have a question for you, Jen. Maybe you can help me out with this. I do know that Tina Peter had already received a presidential pardon for the federal charges, so she's being held because of the state that's holding her up. And I do believe that there's some great attorneys involved with her, maybe even Peter Tinkton and Treniss Evans. What is the next step for her? Or is there any, parole, or is there anything that we can expect that will happen soon for her?
well, I mean, as of right now, she's in the appeal process, and she was denied release upon her appeal. You know, yes, Peter Tickton has gotten involved along with, I believe it's John Case as her original attorney. But Peter has, you know, he's heading that up now. And Treniss, I believe, is helping out as well. You know, and everybody knows that Treniss is not an attorney, but he is a really great legal mind, having had to go through all the J6 stuff on his own. And so, you know, they're just so cruel, and to have them say that she cannot be released while she's having her appeal. Again, she's a non-violent criminal, and she's not even a criminal. It's non-violent charges that should actually be a misdemeanor. And
now, wasn't she supposed to have a rehearing?
A resentencing.
Yeah.
A resentencing.
Mm-hmm. And that's supposed to happen soon. So maybe they'll let her out before we get there. Then we'll just have one big old welcome home
party.
Maybe they'll say, "Oh my God, they're coming to Colorado. Let's let her out."
Well,
that'd be good.
Yeah, truth of it is, that would be so amazing. I would love to go have a welcome home party for Tina.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, yeah.
Do you think that, so it's really the governor himself, isn't it the governor of the state that is really creating this problem?
Well, he could pardon her anytime he wants.
He's obviously a Democrat. Who is he?
Jared Polis.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
he's
a
face.
Big blue guy. Big blue guy. So, yeah.
So the president gives him a pardon, and he says, wait a minute, that's not good enough for me. I wanted to do more jail time because she brought the truth up about the Dominion voting machines, and she should be in jail for that. Just like Giuliani, just like Mike Lindell.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, President Trump should,
send the army
DOJ
in.
should call her as a federal witness and have the marshals go in and take her out. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I think that's
what's holding that up? That sounds like a no-brainer.
I don't know.
No.
Mr. Trump, I know you're watching our show because he likes watching our show. We need you to send in the National Guard and get her out.
Yeah.
This isn't right. You know it's
Send the
not
marshals
right.
there.
I'm surprised it's not one of his top priorities next to Iran. I'm certain. I'm
Maybe
surprised.
he's a little busy. Maybe he's a little busy.
Well,
He might be. But
Well,
yeah.
this has been such an ongoing situation. Tina's been in jail since before the situation in Iran escalated. So I feel like there's been plenty of time to throw some attention her way. And not just President Trump, but a lot of people. You know, the things that have happened to Tina is a lot of people dropping the ball. A lot of people. You know, you can't singularly lay this in somebody's lap when it's our system that needs to be indicted. It's our whole system. It's our whole, you know, you have accusations against the sitting people in power, so we're going to crush you like a little ant. The American people need to take notice of that, because today it's Tina, tomorrow it might be you, you know, and know that that's possible. When the people in power are irritated by your behavior, this is what happens when we give them carte blanche to act however they want to. A presidential pardon should mean something. The governor of Colorado should not, it shouldn't be a power struggle and an ego thing. And I think Tina suffers for the bad intentions of powerful men. So shame on them.
1,000%. And it's both sides of the aisle. It's not just one. It's the government as a collective, right?
Exactly. That's how I feel. It's the government as a collective, because we're peons to them.
Yeah.
Well, we the people here at the America First Warehouse can't stand it. It's so frustrating and aggravating for us. We're going to share your flyer. We're going to share your stories. We love you both so much. Right, Gary?
Oh, absolutely.
This is Gary's show. You believe he got his show now?
I'm good because I don't want to cry when I
hopefully
talk.
Come share our pavement too. Share a piece of our pavement, and we'll see you in Colorado.
Come to Colorado.
We'll see if we can do something, Gary.
Y'all need the van?
Yeah. We'll
That's
hear
like
you coming.
That's like 3,500 miles. It's not like DC in 5 hours, you know.
That's right.
Well,
I love
take a
this
train,
both.
take a plane, take an automobile. I don't care
it
how you
honest.
get there, but I hope to see you there.
All right.
God bless you both.
Love y'all.
Big
Bet
time.
you
We'll talk
guys.
soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh.
For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be. America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of hope, a symbol of unity.